Thank you. You know, everything's happened so fast in the past week that I think all our heads are still spinning. Not a soul in the galaxy was untouched by the whirlwind of emotion that swept across the stars. The initial denial and the disbelief when we heard the Reapers were in fact real and that they were coming. The terror we felt as the Citadel was evacuated with our friends and family. The chill that overtook us, and the panic that settled in the pit of our stomachs as we watched the Earth burn. And then the dread and uncertainty when we quickly realized that Earth would only be the beginning. When it was all over, we felt jubilation, triumph, knowing we'd beaten them. But the refreshment of relief was quickly accompanied by the sear of loss. The sorrow and heartbreak over those who fell tragically in battle, as well as for those who were lost to the Reaper's unforgiving flames. I don't think there's anyone in the system that didn't lose somebody. Certainly not anyone in this room. Looking around, I can still see tears running. You know, it shames me to admit it, but only now did I learn that Solarians could cry. I join you both in your sorrow. In the midst of all the emotion, I think about Anderson. I think he was different. I wondered if he was human sometime. No, that didn't come out right. I know he was human. But I wondered how a human, any human, or any person for that matter, could be as stone-willed as he was. I'm sure he felt the same emotions as any of us. I know things that made him laugh. I'm sure things made him cry. But the only outward emotion I ever saw from him was tenacity. If we can even call that an emotion, I suppose it's more of a quality than anything else. I served 2 tours with David Anderson, and I'd like to impart a story, if I may. During our mobile infantry days, while serving under the great, late General Delanio Whiteside, our squad was given a recon mission to gather intel on the defenses of an enemy stronghold. But there was no way we'd ever get close enough to get a lay of the land without being spotted or giving away our position. I remember the words straight out of my mouth were, "It can't be done." It wasn't long before, even without a thought of conceit ever crossing his mind, Anderson figured out a way to get us through the blind spot by going the long way around, straight through a nest of angry, hungry cliques. Now, I suppose anyone in that garrison either figured out no one would be crazy enough to try and blaze a path through a passage infested with fire-breathing monsters, or if they were crazy enough, they'd never make it through. Well, Anderson got us through all right. After that, it became a bit of a running joke among the troops to never say "it can't be done" around able Dave Anderson. He'd tell you it ain't been done yet before turning around and doing it himself. Able Dave. I wonder how long it's been since he's heard that name. I bet well over a decade. The point I'm trying to make is that there was no quit in David Anderson. He was never a watcher, or a schemer, or a debater. He was a fighter, a doer, a leader that led by example. If something went wrong or needed to get done, he didn't waste time figuring out who to blame or trying to figure out what caused the problem. He took the steps necessary to fix it. And he fought. He fought for his country, for his planet, for his species, and for his fellow man. And in the end, he died fighting. He gave his life so we may have a chance to live ours just a little longer. We're here today to honor these councilors. These beings of exceptional cunning, gallantry, diligence, and fortitude, to remember their actions in life and to honor their deeds in death. Although knowing Anderson as well as I did, were he here today, I imagine he'd be saying something along the lines of, "There's work to be done here." He never wanted laurels or recognition. I know he wouldn't care for a big ceremony. He'd say it was a waste of time. But he's not here to stop us now, is he? No. Today, we give him a proper send-off. He gave his life fighting for us. It's the least we can do. You know, there's a very old line I once read in a very old book. Greater love no man hath than he that lay down his life for his friends. I guess after everything, that's the emotion that best sums David Anderson up. Love. Love for what he did, and love for every living thing. We owe him a debt of gratitude, one that we can never repay, to this man, to these councilors, and to every man and woman who laid down his life, or her life, to fight back the Reapers. Farewell, able Dave. You will never be forgotten, my brother. Wherever you've gone, I hope you'll put in a good word for us. Thank you.